In this video we are going to see how to build this moving car. Okay, moving car using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So welcome to the video. So we are going to start our coding. So for that, see, already created three files here: index.html, app.css, app.js actually. So very first step, we need to auto populate our default HTML elements. For that, exclamatory symbol and enter. So we auto populate all the default HTML elements. And first step, I am updating the title as car. Okay, next we need to include our CSS and JS. So for that, link href app.css relation style sheet. So I'm going to link my JS also. For that, script src app.js. Okay, then I am going to define some default CSS role. By default HTML and body, I am going to define height as 100%. Okay, then we are going to define our car element. So I am going to take article element as my car, id as car. Okay, so we can see now. So go live. So there is nothing here. So I'm going to have my car at the middle of the page, not the beginning of the page, at the middle of the page. So for that I'm going to give some CSS property here. Car position relative, top is 200 pixel, left as 0. Okay, yeah, at least we can see the article is now appearing here. You can see the tooltip. So then we can define our car parts of the car going to be 4 part. The first part is top portion of the car. For that, div top of the car, then div body of the car. Is not body element, I am giving the class name as body. Then the car is going to have 2 wheels. Basically it's a 4 wheels, but we are going to see the car in a side view, so I'm going to define a 2 wheels. For that, basically the wheel itself going to be 3 parts actually. Outer part of the wheel itself, inner part of the wheel. So for that, div the outer part of the wheel is, I'm giving a wheel space, then wheel itself is a second part, then mini wheel is the inner part of the wheel. So this again going to be 2 times. See, so first wheel going to be somewhere, and second wheel we need to adjust the position. For that I am going to have one more class here named wheel space 2. So that's it friends. That is all about for HTML. We're going to define our CSS properties now. So nothing here. So first we are going to define our top portion of the car. So for that we are going to use some border properties to make it as a triangular shape. So top border bottom, I mean 50 pixel, solid. I'm going to have my car as a royal blue color. You can define whatever color you like. Royal blue. So border left and right we need to define as a, sorry, it's a 50 pixel typo. Yeah, left and right we are going to define it as a transparent, then only we will get that triangular shape. Border right 50 pixel, sorry, here also pixel, solid, transparent. So top portion is going to be width as 300 pixel, and we no need to give height here, but we can give a position. We need to give some position value, left or right value for the top of the car for the position relative. So let's see how it is. Okay, this is huge now. Okay, again typo. So this is our top portion of our car. So then we are going to have our body portion of the car. For that, body background color I'm going to give it as a royal blue. So it's the same as top and body going to be same color. So width is going to be 500 pixel. It's a greater than the top portion because top portion is a triangular, body is the rectangular shape. 500 pixel. Height is going to be 60 pixel. Since it's a rectangular, we are going to have the height property. So now we can see. Okay, we need to move our top portion at the middle of the body portion. For that, top left maybe 60 pixel, it's too high, maybe 50 will be okay. Yeah, we say 50, it's a exact middle of the body. I'm going to copy paste for top. Okay, body also we need some curved edge. The top, at least in the top portion, needs to be curved edge actually. So for that, I'm going to give border border top left radius 25 pixel. Okay, border top right radius also going to be 25 pixel. Going to copy paste these two values. Body. Okay, it's okay. Then we need to define our wheel property. So wheel is going to be 3 portion actually. First we are going to design our wheel space, outer portion of our wheel. So yeah, we can define in the developer tool. Wheel space maybe height 100 pixel, width also going to be 100 pixel, and border radius exactly it's going to be circle shape. So border radius going to be 50%. Background color going to be white color. We need to position the wheel going to be overlap with the body of the car. So when it comes to the overlapping, element overlapping, we need to define the position as a absolute. Okay, then can define bottom. So it would be exactly the bottom of the car, but we need some bottom. We need to push the wheel towards bottom. For that, I am going to give bottom minus 50 pixel. Okay, now you can see the wheel here. Left also we need to move somewhat in the center position. For that, I am going to give 80 pixel. Yes, is okay. The another wheel space is a wheel space 2. So we are going to have all the property. One extra property, we need to move the left portion as somewhat 300 pixel. Okay, 300, maybe little bit more, 350. Yeah, 300 is okay. Okay, these two class I will copy paste. Wheel space, okay, wheel space 2. This no need actually, we are overriding the left value. Okay, now wheel space is ready. You need to define the wheel. So if you see, the wheel needs to be center of the wheel space. So when it comes to the elements or object center position, we need to make the parent element as a display flex. This is a trick to make the child element in a center of the parent element. For that I am going to give display flex, justify content center, align items center. When we position this wheel, then you will know why we are using these three properties. Copy. Okay, then we are going to define our wheel. Okay, we'll also going to have some height and width property, which is going to be 80 pixel. Height also going to be 80 pixel. So again it's a circle shape. So border radius we are going to define border radius as 50%. Position absolute, because again the wheel going to have one more element inside it. That's why we are giving position as absolute. We are going to give some background color. I'm going to give some gray or black gray color. For that I already have some color code 6B. Yeah, this is the color I need. So again the inner circle going to be center of the element. So for that, again when it comes to the center positioning, I'm going to use the display flex property. Flex, justify content center, align items center. So I'm going to copy paste these properties also. Okay, it's not good. Okay, now we are going to define our mini wheel. So the wheel itself going to have some inner circle. Mini wheel, again the width going to be 25 pixel. Sorry, height also going to be 25 pixel, and border radius going to be 50%. Background color going to give it as a gray color. Okay, that's it. Copy paste. At least we design our car now. So I'm going to use my JavaScript to move my car. So already we include our JS. So I'm going to use the ife method. Ife method means immediately invoking function expression. The pattern for ife method is 2 brackets. The first bracket going to have anonymous function. Anonymous function means nameless function. So here also I am going to use arrow function. It's a ES6 syntax. So we already know that the car width is 300 pixel. Over the car, sorry, the body, sorry, 500 pixel. the exact car width is 500 pixel. So nothing but the body of the car width actually. So I'm going to have the car width as 500. So I'm going to refer my car element. For that I'm going to use document.getElementBy id car. Okay, now by default the left position is 0. Check the car, see the left position is 0. For that I am going to give left as 0. Now I'm going to use set-interval to periodically update the left value. That I am giving set-interval at least for maybe 10 milliseconds. I am going to update my left position of my car. So for that I am giving set in here. So here I'm going to update my left value as +1, left ++, and also I am going to have my window width. Window width one why I am calculating is when it reaches to end of the window, that time we need to reset the left value. That's why I am taking the window width. So for that window width is equal to window.screen.width. This is the window width property. So first I am going to set my car.style.left is equal to, I'm going to use string literal here, say left value pixel. After setting the left value, I am going to check if left plus car width in the left portion of the car and the car width, both the values, when we are summing these two values, it is when it come to greater than or equal to window width, that time the car already reached the end of the screen. So for this case we are going to update the left value as 0. Okay, okay, what is happening? It's not working anymore. Okay, where is okay, assignment to constant is some error. I need to take it as a let variable, not constant, because we are updating it every 10 milliseconds. So now now the car is moving, so we can't see the there is no spinning, the wheel is not spinning now, so it more like a we can't see any realistic here. So I am going to give some animation to the wheel, then we can see the some animation and some car is moving, like that we can feel. So for that I am going to give some animation property for my wheel. I am going to have animation. So animation going to be value name as spin. 4 seconds I am going to spin my wheel. The pattern is linear, so infinite. All the time I am going to move my car, because when it reaches to the end of the screen, I am going to reset the value to left as 0. Again I am going to move my car, so it is going to be infinite times. So the spin value I need to define the animation. For that, so keyframe, say spin, comes to 100%, transform, I'm going to rotate my wheel, rotate to 360 degree. When it comes to some browser compatibility, need to give WebKit, yes, WebKit transform. WebKit transform, again rotate 360 degree. We are spinning the wheel. Yeah, now also we can't see any spin, any animation now. So for that I am going to give some border property for my wheel, then we can realize the some spinning is happen. So here itself we can try to update. Come to wheel, border, top, 2 pixel solid, the yellow. See, yellow is spinning. So I'm going to give border bottom, 2 pixel solid, red. Okay, border bottom, sorry, yeah, left, 2 pixel solid purple, border right, right, 2 pixel solid, color can give, maybe green. Okay, I'm going to copy paste these 4 values. Okay, it's not possible. Let's break it. I'm going to copy now. Wheel. Breakpoint. Yeah. Okay. That's it, friends. Actually, for this video, we built our car with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So please like the video if you like the content. Please subscribe the video to get more update from the Tamil coding channel. Thank you. Thanks for watching.